Hey y'all, it's your girl Nettie. Today I'll be coming at you guys with a different video, which is a nail tutorial. I finally decided to do this after a year of doing nails, so I've already prepped the nails off camera. Now I'm just going in with a gel base with a rubber base. And I seen this girl on TikTok doing this, and she basically said that it gives you a longer wear, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I put it on each nail, and then I stuck it in the lamp for 60 seconds, which you guys see me doing right now. This is my first time doing a voiceover on my page, so, or I don't think it's the first time on my page, but doing it for nails, so just be patient with me. So I just go in and put it on each nail, and then I stick it in the lamp. And I will put the girl's TikTok page that I got this from. I really like her. She's I don't know, she's very inspirational. She keeps me going. So I will put her page in here. So this is me putting my hand in the lamp for 60 seconds. Y'all, I know how it is to be watching a video and be watching the same thing. I did both hands off camera because, no, who wants to be watching that? No. So this is my favorite cover nude. I love Valentino. This is fire. I know there's some dupes out there, but this one I really like. I've seen a Young Nails dupe, but I really like this one. So, yeah. So now I'm going to start laying the acrylic, y'all. I like to start on my non-dominant hand just to make sure I'm going to get it out the way, because Lord knows I could get lazy and be like, you know what, I don't even want to do this no more. So I definitely do start with my non-dominant hand. I start with whatever finger I feel more confident with. And for this video, this was the finger that I felt more confident with, y'all. So it's a lot easier to do your nails off camera, so just be patient with me, because I was really like wanting to be perfect, but baby, there's no such thing as perfect when you're doing your own nails. I mean, for me, no, but for other people, maybe. So I just lay the acrylic, make sure it's a good bead, make sure it's a good liquid to monomer ratio, y'all. And I just start laying it and then patting it in the middle and making sure if it's overflowing, I push it in back in the middle, and then just start flushing it basically to the end of the nail, and keep patting the sides, y'all, to keep the shape, because Lord knows you gotta keep that shape on point, okay? You gotta make sure that shape gonna be slick, okay? So go ahead and pat the sides, pat the sides, pat the sides, do what you gotta do. And y'all don't really have no method. I really like the 2-bead method, but I don't really have no method. I just put acrylic as it's needed. But the 2-bead method is what I really be going for. But sometimes that just don't work. So you got to do what you got to do to be able to get the right thickness of the nail and make sure that nail ain't going to come off. So I just make sure we got some acrylic at the top, like enough to be able to see that it's acrylic on the nail. And then I make sure that the cuticle bead is basically like flush to the nail. And see, look, I'm going in for a 3rd bead. Y'all, but normally I just like to do 2 beads. But you got to do what you got to do to make sure that nail is doing what it needs to do, the apex and everything. So, yes, I just enjoy me doing this part. Y'all can see I'm just keep going in, making sure the shape is there, because Lord knows that shape got to be sharp. You ain't using certain nail tips for no reason. You got to make sure that shape is going with the nail tips, because sometimes when you use certain gels, the gel is too thick and you just, yeah, no, it don't be working. It's like it makes the nail, takes away from the shape. So why, whenever you do application, would you want to take away from the shape? You want to keep that shape that the nail tips is, and just make it sharper based off of how you're applying the acrylic. And as you guys can see, I'm just going in, like I told you, basically dragging the cuticle bead to the tip of the nail, and then just shaping the sides. And just going in, pushing the sides, pushing the sides. And y'all, as you continue to go on with the video, keep putting more, or not the video, sorry. As you continue going with the application, just keep putting more acrylic in the, or not acrylic, but monomer in the brush to make it smoother. And just to make sure like you're getting the shape that you possibly want with the acrylic. Like, Just keep going in, keep going in. Y'all, I don't know if it's just me, but on the thumb, like on the non-dominant hand thumb, I like try to be so perfect with the cuticle bead because it is so hard. Like, I don't know why, but like most of the time I think it's because I use too much monomer. But y'all, the acrylic be going all over the place and it end up being lumpier on the left side than it is on the right side. So I just really tried to be real precise to make sure I hurry up and move the acrylic, man, because I was not going for that lumpiness, not for this video. I think normally whenever I'm off camera, I be trying to rush myself. And so I just be doing whatever it do and then try to fix it with the drill. But I was trying to do less drilling for this video. And y'all, I tried to do pretty much every nail on camera so that y'all could see, like, in real life how the non-dominant hand goes. And I also tried to keep it in real time. But for some of it, I'm like, Jeanette, you need to speed this up because, girl, they can see what you're doing. They can see what's going on. They don't need to be having that long behind video, doing all that, because I know how it is seeing an hour-long video like, oh, no, I'm not watching that. But now it's like, let me make this shorter. Make sure just to get the main part. So y'all see what I'm doing. Basically shape it to the nail. Trying to get it all smooth. Make sure to limit the time of drilling, y'all, because drilling really don't be necessary. It just be if your application ain't that smooth. But if your application is smooth, you just got to take your time. Take your time with it. You really got to be patient. Because if you patient and get it like real smooth to your liking, yeah, that drilling, it don't really be necessary. The buffing don't be necessary. So definitely take your time. And it's very time consuming because it's your own nails. Like, it's different when you're doing somebody else's nails, but when you're doing your own nails, it's just very time consuming. So you got to be able to put that time in to save that money. Do you hear me? Because doing your own nails ain't hard. But if you're trying to save that money, baby, just do what you got to do with the time, okay? And do y'all see that? That was me trying to make sure that's too big. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and push that down. Push it into the cuticle without touching the cuticle and flush it down. And you see I had to get that side. Make sure it ain't going to be lumpy. Flush it all in. Yes, sir. And just get it real smooth over there. Just flush it all in. Just fix it up by the cuticle. Make sure it ain't flowing all over to the nail. And that's another thing. Yeah, make sure it's not on the skin and stuff, because Lord knows, then you're going to be having to push your skin back with the nail filer. And it's just a whole lot of going on. And I don't be liking all that. So I just be trying to make sure I get everything pushed on the nail where it's supposed to be in place. So now I don't have to go in after the application. And it just cuts down so much time whenever you take your time during the application. Y'all, I was struggling with this nail. I tried my hardest to stay in frame, but I think I was letting the acrylic just flow too much. I should have went ahead and tried to control it already, because I be doing a lot less wetter beads. So whenever it's like a wetter bead, it's like you have to hurry up and move it before it dries. And I think I had let this dry a little too soon. So I needed to move faster. So don't mind me. And also, so like me trying to like focus real well, y'all, kind of was out of the frame, like trying to get into it. I had to bring it closer to my face because I'm like, baby, you got to get sharp. You got to get sharp. Like, baby, you got to be what need to be done. So don't mind me having it all out of camera, throughout the video in general, I tried to make sure I was in frame. But due to me trying to be a perfectionist, I was out of frame a few times. So forgive me for that, y'all. Y'all, this nail was really trying not to let me be great. And I was not about to have that from it. Like, baby. You was not about to be the one nail to stop this from being a good set. I had to keep going in with more liquid. Man, because it was just starting to look real, like, oval. Not even, like, it was supposed to be square, baby. Not oval. Come on now. And I did not want to go in with the nail filer trying to fix it. So I'm like, baby, you gonna come together for me. I don't care how much liquid monomer I got to use for you. How much acrylic powder I got to use for you. You going to come together for me. Because ain't no way. Y'all kept going in. Because, baby, you going to do right for me. Yeah, this is just me trying to get that apex together. And make sure to look at your nails from all different angles, because you can't just see from one angle if the nail is smooth or not. You got to look from all different angles to make sure it's a smooth application to, once again, avoid filing time, avoid having to do all that extraness. So yeah, just make sure you're looking at all different angles to make sure the nail is going to be to your liking or smooth in general, because who wants a bumpy nail? Nobody. So yes. Y'all, sometimes you just have to trust yourself. Right here, I was about to go in with another bead of acrylic for the cuticle, but sometimes whenever you try to overdo putting beads of cuticle beads, you could end up flooding the cuticle, and you don't want to do that, because that definitely is just going to cause lifting and is going to make your set not last long. So just to avoid that, just trust yourself the first time. And I tried to get both of my hands in, but it's so much easier for me to do my dominant hand. So I didn't really try to record as much on that one, because it's just much easier. So I was just trying to give you guys a real time of doing the non-dominant hand, showing you guys that it's not as hard as people, or as it may seem, or as people may think it. As long as you take your time, you can get it done. So these are my nails after laying all the acrylic. And so since we done laid all the acrylic, now it's time to go in with the fouler. Y'all, whenever you foul, you need to have the fouler straight to the nail to make sure that the shape is going to be sharp. So just have it straight to the nail, like up and down, like a line, and just go at it. pinch your skin down and just go at it, just to make sure you don't cut yourself. But I just go at it because I know how I want my shape to look. I want it sharp, like I told y'all. So just go in and go at it, and make sure that the nail is even. Like at the tip, make sure you look from all different angles to make sure you're getting it right, because Lord knows you don't want to make no mistakes this part. This point is the point to get you to the ending. So you got to do what you got to do to make sure the shape is going to be right. This is me shaping my non-dominant hand. I just really wanted to get on video of the non-dominant hand specifically, just to show you guys once again that it is not hard to do your own nails, that you could do it as long as you take time. And y'all, the one mistake that I normally make whenever it comes to my non-dominant hand is over filing it at the top. I end up making it my non-dominant hand shorter than my dominant hand, which I don't understand. That's something that I still need to work on, but it just happens. But they still turn out looking good, and you can't really tell unless I point it out to you. So it's funny hearing people talk about when you do your own nails, you throw up gang signs, because now I'm seeing it now that I'm watching myself do my own nails, and it's funny to me. That's crazy. So these are my nails after butt filing them, and now I'm about to go in with the cuticle bit. It's a 5-in-1 bit, pan of 5-in-1 bit, and I'm going to go at my cuticles. So this you should take real slow, especially since you're doing it on your own, and I definitely started on my dominant hand because I need to focus whenever I do my non-dominant hand, because I need to make sure I don't cut myself. So yeah, you just take it slow, and what I do is I just go over like my cuticle a few times, and then I go over like any lumps in the nails, or if the nails isn't to my liking, like what is it called, flatness. So yeah, you see how I just went over it just real quick just to get any extra lumps that I seen. I mean, I don't like to spend so much time on debulking. I feel like whenever you do the application, you should take your time enough to not have to do too much debulking. So I just go in with this bit for the cuticle. I also use this bit to help with the shaping of the nail if it's like any extra shaping that I didn't do with the file. So I just take it, and sometimes I even put it under the nail just to make sure that the shape is sharp. Like sometimes I use C-curve tips, and just to make sure there's no acrylic under the nail tip and stuff, I just go under the nail tips and just make sure it's straight and nothing gets taken away from the shape that has to do with me and not just the nail tip. I also like to take the sanding band and just go over under the nail and just make sure the shape is on point with the sanding band as well. Plus, the sanding band is safer as well to do that with, to make sure you're not taking away from the shape that's already there. Basically like fouling too much, because you could possibly foul too much. So just use the sanding band to go under the nail, make sure the shape is on point as well. Then I go over with the buffer to make sure that it's a smooth nail for whatever I'm going to do after my application process. So if that means French tips, nail art, anything, my nail's going to be smooth enough to just lay the polish on it. So I just buff every nail on both hands, and then after that, this is the finished product right here. And then after that, I go on my nails with alcohol, and I just rub each finger with alcohol to make sure there's no dust left over or anything. Rather than washing my hands and waiting for them to dry, I just go over there with alcohol, and then I put a base coat of matte polish because I'm going in with the French tip. And so I'm going to show you guys the design that I'm going in with, but I just put a matte top coat on each nail. This guarantees a smooth surface for the French tip for me to clean up, fix up, or whatever. It's just going to be a smooth base for the French tip design. And I'm going to put a picture of the design that I'm doing and who I got the inspo. Y'all, so I did the first nail off camera just to make sure that I was going to be able to do the French tip how I wanted to for you guys, because Lord knows I need to come up with a technique to make it easier for the both of us. So I just did the first one off camera, and then I'll do the next few on camera to show you guys the technique that I go with. And y'all, this is a studious process, so you have to take your time and be patient with yourself, because Lord knows, to be able to get what you're going for, what you're looking for, you have to take your sweet time when it comes to painting your own hands, because it is nothing to play about, especially when you are wanting your nails to look beautiful. And y'all, by all means, everybody has their own technique for a French tip, but this is just the technique that I chose that was best for me, because I know I struggle sometimes with French tips, trying to make sure everything is straight or everything is centered. So this is the technique that I go with just to get the French tip that I desire to have. I tried to make this part all in real time just so that you guys can get a gif of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and how much time I'm taking. Like, you really have to take your time to make sure to get the most beautifulest tip that you can get with only trying one time, because I went over a few nails a few times because I'm like, oh my goodness, I just messed up, like, by doing the brush and like filling in the nail. So just really take your time on this part. And so now I'm just going in and putting the glitter on there, and I'm sticking it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then I'm just going to go brush it off with my little brush that I use. But yeah, y'all, I was loving how they were looking so far from what I did have. But this was very time consuming set because I just wanted it to be perfect. Plus I was recording, so I really ended up liking it. Now this is me starting on my non-dominant hand. Y'all, I was really trying to get like something to support the finger so it wouldn't be moving too much or I wouldn't be moving too much. So I was just using my other fingers to support my main finger that I was painting on. But that's my tip for doing the French tips or just doing nail art on your non-dominant hand in general, is just have something to support the nail on so then it's not doing too much as you're trying to do whatever art you're trying to do. If needed, I suggest going in with a different tool, a different type of brush, and just cleaning up the line to make sure your smile line is as sharp as you may want it to be. Because it was looking, for me, just kept trying to fix it. It was starting to not be straight, so I just went in with this little brush and started trying to make it straighter than what it was. This thumb took me a while, so I just went ahead and did the rest of the nails except the pinky nail off camera. So this is what it ended up looking like. I love it. So yeah, I just went in for the pinky nail last because I just couldn't sit up there and try to record every single nail on the non-dominant, because the non-dominant is going to take way much longer than the dominant hand, as you guys can tell. So just enjoy the rest of the video. This is the finished product without the extra bling bling. So now I'm about to go in with the bling bling, which are these. I forget which website I got these off of, but I'll be finding people on Instagram or like Facebook that be selling nail supplies, and I just buy whatever, because in order to go to a nail supply here in Ohio, we have to have a license. So yeah. So now we're about to go in with the Mia Secrets nail glue or gem glue and activator. And I had to take a tweezer because this freaking what's this thing called? The spaceship, we're gonna call it spaceship. The spaceship thing that I was putting on was way heavy for my fingers and for the rhinestone picker upper. So I had to use the tweezer. Sorry, y'all. So now we're going to spray the nail with the activator so the glue can dry fast. And we're going to love the nail. And I love it so, so much. And then we're going to do the same exact thing, process on the opposite hand. Yes, y'all, this is the finished product. I love them so much. I hope you guys can use this in the future. Thank you guys for watching my video. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with a friend. Chick bad looking like a bag of money. My chick